Oh, he had to go to reading, right. All right, did you take out your spelling books, please, and exchange them? Forgot to say yesterday, this is a regular week, too. You have pre-test tomorrow and final test on Friday. Part B. All right, this list was on homonyms, remember. What's a homonym? David?
A word that sounds alike
Sean?
but has a different meaning and a different spelling.
Right, the words that sound alike have a different meaning and they're spelled differently. Give me an example of homonyms.
R and R.
Right, our and
A-R-E.
no, those are two different. Some people say them the same, but they're not really said the same. There are 2 hours, though. What are the 2 hours?
O-U-R.
O-U-R, to show possession.
H-O-U-R.
H-O-U-R, another 2.
2.
Right, or 3 for 2. Another one.
I.
I, what are the 2 I's?
I and E-Y-E.
E-Y-E is what I? Your I, and I as the pronoun, capital I. Ryan?
Principal.
Principal, what are the 2 principals?
One is the principal you have at a school.
Right, like Ms. Lanning.
And the other is like a meaning or
The what?
like a meaning or something.
Like what? Hammy?
Rule, law.
Oh, like a rule or a law, right. Like a basic rule, a principle. How do you remember which one is which? You have a little trick for remembering? What are the endings of the 2 principles? David?
P-A-L.
P-A-L, and? What's the other one?
I-C.
It's L-E. Yeah. What am I doing here? No, we have P-L-E. P-L-E. How can you remember the differences? David?
Because if you say
What can the principal of the school be?
your pal.
That's right. Think of the principal of your school as your pal. All right. Miss Lanning's always around, always talking to people. She's your pal. All right. Easier to remember that way. Guaranteed you're going to remember it on Friday when I give you the definitions. All right. Any other ones?
Sore.
Right. We had sore in the other ones, like a sore throat or to soar through the air.
One.
One, like the number 1 or he won a game.
Colonel.
Colonel. Right. That's your list word. Which one? What are the 2 kernels?
Like a kernel pop. A corn of kernel corn.
Kernel of corn and?
And the colonel like in the army.
Right, colonel in the army, military.
Capital.
Capital. How about capital? Capital. This one's a tough one. Jessica? Capital of your state. How does that end? Capital of your state. Flynn?
O-L?
Nope.
A-L?
A-L. What is the capital with O-L at the end? What is the capital with O-L? And it's not Washington, D.C. That's still the capital. Melissa?
Like a capital building.
The building, right. The Capitol building is O-L. All right, but the capital of a state or a country is A-L.
What would be capital, like capital letters?
A-L. The only one that's O-L is the building. Capital letters are A-L. All right, look at part B, number 1. These can be in any order. They must be spelled correctly. Number 1 is subtraction, direction, collection, expression, invention, and suggestion. All they had to do was add ION to the base words. Down on the bottom, number 2. First one is vision. Again, all they had to add was ION. Addition, fraction, and division.
This one, I can't tell if there's an O there or an I there. It looks like it's OI, and this
I
one's
think,
wrong.
no, I think they wrote over that one. That one's all right.
And that one's wrong because it doesn't have an I.
Right. All right, the next one was a page that some people had to look up some of the words. They have to have the word spelled correctly on this because it went by the meanings now for these homonyms. First one for capital letters. What's the ending for capital? A-L. Kernel of corn. Which kernel is that? Spell it. Melissa.
K-E-R-N-E-L.
Right, K-E-R-N-E-L. A tree root as opposed to a paper route or route. Sarah.
R-O-O-T.
Right. The school principal. Everybody should know that one. Chris?
P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L.
P-A-L at the end. A military colonel. Pauline?
C-O-L-O-N-E-L.
E-L, right. Cereal for oatmeal cereal. Ryan?
S-E-R-E-A-L.
Nope, not S-E-R.
I mean C.
C-E-R-E-A-L. What's the other kind of cereal? Besides the cereal that you eat? Trine?
Like a serial killer.
Could be a serial killer, that's true. That's one way. What else? What else? David?
Serial numbers.
Right, could be serial numbers. All right. Flynn?
Or serial like a soap opera.
All right, a continuing story. All right, is a serial, soap operas, or any story that is continuing.
And the serial was C-E-R-E-A-L.
Right. Ryan. Number 7, a course of study. When you take a college course or a high school course, which course is that? Ron, which course is that?
C-O-U-R-S-E.
Didn't hear the last of it. S-E, right. C-O-U-R-S-E for a course that you take. What's the other course? Sarah?
C-O-N-R-S-E.
And what does it mean?
Like rough.
Right, something is not smooth, it's coarse. All right, current events. Which current? John?
C-U-R-R-E-N-T.
Right, what's the other current with A-N-T at the end? Not a real commonly known one. I don't even know if I've ever had them.
Like a raisin or jelly?
All right, it's a type of berry, currant, right, and that's A-N-T. A-N-T. About the basement, cellar. Which cellar? Natalie?
S-E-L-L-A-R.
Nope. Not S-E.
C.
C-E-L-L. Spell it again.
L-L-A-R.
Right. C-E-L-L-A-R. Stiff, coarse cloth. Chris.
C-O-A-R-S-E.
Ryan, would you stop talking? Again, please.
C-O-A-R-S-E.
C-O-A-R-S-E. Your day of birth. Jessica? You spell birth. Well, how would you spell birth?
B-I-R-T-H.
Right, B-I-R-T-H. That's right. Bulletin board tax. David?
T-A-C-K-S.
Right, what's the other kind of tax? Flynn?
T-A-X.
What does it mean?
Like taxes that you pay.
Right, a tax that you pay, a sales tax and income tax. Spelling principle. meaning rule. Natalie, how do you spell principal?
Principle.
Right. And the Capitol building. The only one you use these letters for. Capitol building. Sean?
Capitol.
O-L. All right, and down at the bottom, question?
Looks like an A. I mean,
Yep, nope, that's wrong. A road or path is route, R-O-U-T-E. A putting into words, expression. Something invented, invention. Something that is proposed or suggested, suggestion. And a basic rule, truth or law, principle with what ending?
P-L-E.
P-L-E. Number wrong next to part B. Nope, wrong. When you take your test tomorrow and on Friday, you're going to have to be very careful to make your A's and O's look like A's and O's. We're not going to guess what letter you're making. And also for your pretest, I may not necessarily go in order of your list. You have to know which words are which. You'll have to know which capitals I'm giving you for a definition, which course, which tax, any of the homonyms that are there. Questions? Skip spelling, yep. You're doing words and definitions today for spelling. And before you go on to spelling, I want you to take out your language books. Skipping spelling, yep. Is anyone else skipping spelling with coupons?
I did like my dog's life. That the pictures when
That's
she was
okay.
little.
We're gonna talk some more about the photo essays today, and as long as all the pictures have something to do with one another. How many people forgot to bring in pictures today? Please bring in your pictures tomorrow. You're going to need them to do the work tomorrow. You're only going to be starting it today. All right. You're not going to be able to do too much without your pictures, because what you're going to have to do is get your pictures onto your paper first and then write a sentence. And if you don't have your pictures, you can't write a sentence about it yet. Would you look at your language books? We never read the part on the photo essay about the Voyager 1 and visiting Saturn. So would you look at page, excuse me, 142? What did we say a photo essay was when we started talking about bringing in pictures the other day? What is a photo essay? David?
When you have pictures and a caption telling about the pictures and sequence.
Okay, and the pictures are actually telling you the story. All right, you could look at the pictures and see basically what your story is about. You may not have a lot of details, but you would have a better idea of what's going on. Right? And you're going to have a caption underneath each of your 4 or 5 pictures that you're bringing in. Go ahead, question? Question? All right, Voyager 1 visits Saturn. Okay, Pauline, would you start reading, please?
A photo essay is a group of pictures that tell a story or explain facts. One or more introductory paragraphs may discuss the main idea of the essay. In addition, each picture may have a caption beneath in that further explains the picture.
What is a caption? When you have a picture with a caption, what's a caption? Come on, you've seen pictures with captions. What's a caption, Natalie? All right, it explains a little bit more about the picture. It's usually a sentence underneath the picture or on the side of the picture. All right, keep going, Pauline.
This photo essay contains some interesting facts about science. It tells about the trip that a spacecraft took to the planet Saturn. Look at the material. Do Do the pictures help you understand the idea of the essay? For hundreds of years, scientists have studied our solar system. At first, only simple telescopes were used to examine the planets. Today, we explore the universe with more complex instruments. Spaceships soar through the galaxy to supply new information about the planets.
Okay, it says in November 1977, a 2-ton spacecraft called Voyager 1 was launched at Cape Canaveral, Florida. It flew near the planet Saturn. It sent back information that surprised scientists. Pictures from Voyager 1 revealed rings and moons around Saturn that no one knew existed. The photos on the next pages help explain the story of Voyager 1. All right, Flynn, would you read the first one that goes with the first picture?
This photo shows the Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena, California.
Pasadena.
California. Giant screens display the pictures sent by Voyager 1. 2 screens show the pictures of Saturn's rings. A lab computer enlarged the pictures so that they could be studied more closely. The other screens show a map and a chart used to track the spacecraft.
Okay, and looking at that picture, do you get a better idea of what it looks like with the 2 screens and the computer lab? Which is what they wanted you to do, to be able to look at that picture and actually see the size of the screens. Look at the size of the screens compared to the people in the picture. All right, seeing the picture gives you a better feel for what's going on. Jen, how about the next one?
Voyager 1 traveled 38 months in space before flying by Saturn. Moving 56,000 miles per hour, the TV cameras took